We came up with the idea of a music venue, and to be on the safe side, I said to Paul, you know what, let's call Fouad to make sure that we have a good sound.
He put us in contact with Paul Caroustian, who was the architect on all of Joe's projects. This was like 2 years and 2 months or 3 months ago. And this was the first time we've heard about this place.
Your intervention, how important it was, this is where I told you, you know what, let's not do any compromise, because if this is what it takes to get perfect sound or almost perfect sound, let's do it this way. And I think we almost achieved that. One ticket, 3 rooms, 3 different sounds. The lobby is an apartment feel, not too loud to enjoy your first drink.
You know, this space was intended to be like the buffer zone where people gather, meet, have a few drinks, while in preparation to go into the 2 rooms or the 2 club rooms.
The Goldroom is a warm sound. The Ballroom would be electric, vibrant, and loud, very dynamic.
We wanted to create a club that is more than a club for dancing, but it's a room for listening. It's a room of high-fidelity sound. On top of the geometry of the room, we created absorption everywhere, except of the floor. So the walls are made up of these perforated panels that you see all around. We have around 30 or 40% of the area of the room that is perforated to let the sound in. And behind these, you have several layers of acoustic materials. Their job is to absorb the sound in different things, in different frequencies. It is there for the sound to reach your ears, but never to reach it again from any other surface. Having completed this room, I mean, you can only study a space scientifically, but when you're actually inside it and you test it, this is where the subjective response comes in. And when I heard it for the first time, I really can admit that it's definitely one of the most amazing projects we've ever worked on.
Ballroom is the biggest room of the project. It's really the music venue. It could be a room for a DJ playing. We can accommodate up to 7 artists on stage.
The ballroom has acoustic treatment on the ceiling and on the back wall and front wall, but it has no acoustic treatment on the sides. That space is meant to be intended for live music and live performances, as well as DJ performances. But it cannot be a very absorbing space like a cinema or like the Goldroom.
Very vibrant, very electrical, and it's by far the loudest room in the project.
You know, the work was divided in 3 main categories. The first was soundproofing, how to isolate each space from each other. The second one was the acoustic treatment, so the acoustic environment of every space. And the third one is the sound systems. So in the lobby and in the ballroom, Joe chose the MB, which is an amazing brand, and it delivers a very clean, very powerful sound. In the Goldroom, we insisted that there would be something different. And that's where we went for that brand, which is called Stage Company. So we have 4 speakers in this room. They're in stereophonic mode, so you have left, right, and left and right. And this is a very famous speaker by Stage Company. It's called the Blue Box. The Blue Box was originally built in 1986, and it was the first active speaker in the world. It means it's the first speaker that has an amplifier built in. And having acoustics that are so clinical and a speaker that is so acute and so precise, then when you enter this room, you feel like you're transported into a sonic cave-in. You feel like you hear every single detail. Although that's a very pleasant thing to hear, it's also a very difficult room to play in. DJs sometimes have a bit of trouble adapting to it because it's so precise. So they actually have to spend the first few tracks listening and feeling the room and see how it reacts to the sound, and then adjusting their sound or their EQ accordingly. And then when they do that, then the experience is absolutely out of this world. What we originally called the acoustic tunnel, but actually it's not a tunnel, it's an acoustic roundabout. You know, it's a space that completely isolates the sound while you're walking through from one space, and then it transitions you very nicely into the second space. So you start hearing less and less sound from the first space, and then more and more sound from the second space.
The biggest reward that we had is like after the first days, the openings, the second day, the first thing that people were telling me, the sound is amazing.